guys, James here again, and this is me with Luffy Went Back in Time, part 4, I think. But, last left off with the Straw Hats and going to, they went to Drum Island. They beat, Luffy and Chopper beat Mushiru and Wapol. If you guys forgot out who Mushiru is, it's Wapol's non-canon brother. So, yeah. Luffy intercepted Ace at Drum Island, as he does know Ace is going to be there. So Luffy already told Ace Scorpion's a fraud. Going to Alabasta is a waste of time unless you want to give Scorpion some money. So Ace is going to Alabasta to give Scorpion money. So, two things. Before we get into Alabasta arc, Ace is going to be there, as he already left a lot earlier, to give Scorpion money and then leave. That's it. And Smoker and Tashigi are not going to be there. And the Straw Hats have two new additions, Bartolomeo and Gin. I'm pretty sure, I think I introduced Bartolomeo being on the crew, so if he's not on there, well, he is now. Alright, so if I didn't add him in, I'll just put it in the comments how Luffy found him at Logtown. But so we're gonna start off with Luffy leaving, the Stars leaving Drum Island, and they head towards Alabasta with Vivi. On the way there, Luffy looks over the ship and sees Robin on her giant crocodile still. Robin looks up at Luffy. No one on the crew is really surprised, except Luffy and Nami are the only ones not surprised by her. As Nami remembers what happened, so is Luffy. And says, "Have you two seen a giant crocodile before?" Luffy says, "Yeah." Nami says, "I have too." Robin will say, "Well, you guys know where you're going." Luffy says, "Alabasta, the land ruled by King Cobra, but was taken over by Crocodile." Robin looks at them in shock, knowing that she doesn't know the outside world knows what Crocodile's doing. Then she looks on the ship closer and sees Vivi. She then says, "The princess put you up to this to go beat Crocodile?" Luffy says, "I was planning to feed her to a giant whale, but I changed my mind. Plus, I have something Crocodile doesn't." Robin says, "And what might that be?" Luffy says, "Hockey." She looks at Luffy in shock, knowing that someone this far away from the New World knows hockey. She says, "How many people on your crew know hockey except you?" Luffy says, "All of us know hockey except Vivi." Now Robin looks at Luffy's crew like monsters, as if this crew knows hockey, then Crocodile's in for a surprise and probably death. And Luffy then says, so Nico, Robin, she's still looking for poneglyphs?" Robin looks at Luffy again, saying, "Wait, you know who I am?" Luffy says, "Yep. Devil Child." And Robin says, "Well, if you know that I'm looking for poneglyphs, do you know where any are?" He says, "Yeah, Alabasta, there should be one right in that giant yard. You're just going to the giant statue, I believe. There should be a lever. There should be a lever there." Robin looks at Luffy, kind of shocked. So is Vivi, that he knows this. Vivi then says, "Wait, have you been to Alabasta, Luffy?" Luffy says, "No. By the time, if I would have gone there, I wouldn't be helping you. Crocodile would have been beaten if I came." No, Vivi just says, "Then how do you know what the poneglyph is?" Luffy says, "I know a lot of things most people don't. I know the location of every poneglyph." Robin looks at Luffy in shock even more, saying, "If you do know where all of them are, can I go with you?" As Robin just has another reason to join Luffy, he knows where every poneglyph is. And he's not lying, he doesn't know where each one is. Luffy says, "Sure, why not? Just hop on. And plus, you cannot keep Crocodile on the ship. He cannot come on the ship. He can be tied to it, and that's it." The Sunny is bigger. It's the Mary is bigger since it was attached to Luffy's ship that he came on. It has enough rooms to fit the individual Straw Hats Luffy wants. Plus the ones he planned on adding, as he knows he made mistakes not having some people join his crew. So there's room for Luffy, Nami, Usopp, Chopper, Jinbei. I want to say Carrot would join the crew as well. All in Straw Hats plus Carrot and Jinbei. And now Gin and Bartolomeo. There's enough room for them. So Robin would go around and look at the rooms. Now she can actually tell Luffy's planning to find members, and she looks into one room that takes interest in her. Not interest in her. She takes interest in the room. And she looks at it. It's kind of like her design, what she choose. Then she looks at every other room. Luffy knows who he wants on his crew and why he's grabbing them. So then she'll think deeper. Luffy's a genius, and he planned to grab her from Crocodile. So yeah. Now Robin would go up to the deck asking if anyone else on the ship is still new to hockey. Luffy says, "Yeah, those two." And he points to Gin and Bartolomeo. Luffy says, "Oh yeah, by the way, from my crew, you're going to train with them until they master it, or at least give them average." As Bartolomeo and Gin are barely below average. So Robin trains with them for a bit until he gets to Alabasta. Due to Robin's high knowledge, he's able to pick up observation pretty easily and becomes one of the better users on the crew, as Chopper does know observation as well. So Luffy, you will see that Robin is an average user of observation by the time they get to Alabasta, and Gin and Bartolomeo are also average. So every user except for Luffy, Zoro, and Nami are average hockey users. Luffy is a master at observation, except he doesn't have advanced observation. Nami is like, she's not kind of like a prodigy in terms of observation, but she's not like Luffy level. Zoro, he trained a little bit harder, and he also had Kuina to do it with him, who also is a user of observation due to training with Zoro. So due to Zoro training with another observation user for years, he's almost a master as well. Sanji's on the verge of becoming a master. And Luffy, he does have black hockey, he just rarely uses it. If I said he doesn't have it, I messed that one up. He does have it, just doesn't use it at all. He doesn't think he needs it. But he does train Zoro personally, because Zoro did almost unlock it with Mihawk. Which also gets Alabasta millions and billions at the docks, not that number of people, just that thousands of people are titled millions and billions. But Luffy looks at them as he walks past them. Robin thinks Luffy's going to die, until a giant burst of red comes off Luffy. And they're knocked out. Now Nami knows what this is. The other triads are clueless. Then Robin will think back to one poneglyph she's read before. Someone with the will, the heart, and the future of a conqueror. She'll go back on the description. They have the ability to use her willpower to overpower anyone. Unless it's another person that has the mettle or the drive to be like them, or they also have the will of a conqueror. Robin will mutter, he's a conqueror. Nami will laugh, saying, "Yep." As they go to Alabasta, and I'm going over with Tashigi and Smoker are not there. Smoker heard Luffy tell him, "Talk to the rear admiral or up about hockey. Then you can fight me on fair terms." Even though it's not true, Luffy will always be head of Smoker. And Smoker had brought this up to a rear admiral. Rear admiral doesn't know what hockey is, so he also brought it up to a vice admiral, who brought it up to Sengoku. So a captain knows what hockey is. Now, the rear admiral was just going to be trained by vice admirals. But if a captain encountered a hockey user in the East Blue, there's going to be a small issue. And most recent people that came from the East Blue would be Kobe, Helmeppo, and Garp. And Morgan, but no one really cares about him. So Smoker and Tashigi are brought to Garp. Garp is wondering, what did the hockey user look like? As he already knows, it's Luffy. So it's Kobe. Helmeppo does not know what hockey is, but Kobe was told by Luffy. And that's when like Smoker starts describing Luffy. Garp says, "Oh, my damn grandson's so troublesome." Sengoku says, "So you knew who he was?" Garp says, "Yeah." Sengoku then says, if you know who he is, why don't you stop him?" Garp says, "That boy's been training harder than any other Marine I've seen since he was like 5. There's going to be a low chance we beat him." Sengoku already knows that if Garp's saying this, the Marines need to up their training. Luffy at this point could probably handle at least vice admirals and up, and he's barely deep into the Grand Line. So, Garp volunteers to train Smoker and Tashigi. I say Tashigi. But Tashigi and Smoker are going to be trained by Garp, along with Kobe and Helmeppo. Rear Admiral's just being trained by like basic vice admirals, so no one cares about him. Alright, but we're going to go to Alabasta. In place of Smoker and Tashigi, it's going to be Hana, Full Body, and Django. Guys, forgot, Django left the Black Cat Pirates in the middle of like their small war with Usopp. You guys also forgot, Usopp beat the Black Cat Pirates by himself. So Usopp is not to be trifled with. Unless you're another Triad. Like the only Triad that can't beat Usopp is like Chopper and Nami. That's it. So part of the coward trio. they're like the monster trio, and then we have the coward trio. Robin, and everyone else is like they're like in the middle, like average trio. We have like the monster, the average, the cowards. Like they're confident when they need to be. But like Alabasta, Luffy's walking through. He loses observation to start to find Smoker and Tashigi. Doesn't find them. He finds Hana, Django, and Full Body. And says, "Oh, did me telling Smoker about hockey make him have to like be trained by someone else?" So Luffy then says, Usopp. Usopp says, "Yeah, Luffy." Luffy then says, "You remember the guy with like the hypnotism things from the Blackout Pirates?" Usopp says, "Yeah, what was his name? Like Bongo or something?" Luffy says, "Django." Usopp says, "Oh yeah, that. Why?" Luffy says, "He's right around the corner." Usopp says, "What's a weakling like that doing the Grand Line?" Luffy says, "I don't even know. But there is a captain and a lieutenant with them. So Sanji and Zoro, go fight them." She ain't know. Gin, Bartolomeo, and Usopp. Actually, no, as Luffy sends Robin and Bartolomeo and Usopp to go fight them. Usopp can fight Django just for fun, while Bartolomeo needs to prove his mettle against the captain. So, and Robin needs to fight Full Body. So, but when Full Body, Django, and Hana see his strats, they engage. Bartolomeo just puts up a barrier as Hana's gates can't pass through it. Django pushes the barrier against her. As he does make another, he just crosses his fingers again, and there go spikes. Hana trying to defend against these spikes, as Usopp just grabs Django by the shirt and headbutts him. Django's instantly knocked out. So Usopp just laughs, saying, "Really, that was it?" As Robin just has Full Body and a just clutch. Like she's trying to snap his neck, but she's gonna make it look like she's going to. Until Robin gets another idea. Hands grow out of the thighs of Full Body and start squeezing his groin. Full Body screams in pain until he passes out. Usopp and Bartolomeo got Robin like she's a monster. But they head further into Alabasta as Vivi's like, "Is this a normal pirate crew?" Another burst of Marines will run at them. As Luffy just lets another small burst of Conquerors, and they're done. And Hana was just pushed through a building, and the impact was enough to knock her out. So, yeah. But Luffy then says, "All right, Vivi, Sanji, and Chopper, you guys can go fight the people with brokework tattoos." As Vivi's confused, like, "What do you mean brokework tattoos?" He points to a guard who's staring at them, confused. Luffy says, "Sanji, kick him as hard as you can." Sanji then says, "Aye, aye, Captain." Looking confused as he jumps towards the guy and kicks him through a building. Vivi looks at the tattoo. Let's say Brokeworks, and Vivi does know she worked for Brokeworks, which is Crocodile. Vivi then says, "Crocodile infiltrated the revolutionaries and the guard, didn't he?" Vivi says, "Yep." So instead of Chopper, Robin, Vivi, and Sanji go towards the revolutionaries and fight anyone with a Brokeworks tattoo that are even on the guards. Vivi, Sanji, and Robin listen as they leave. And the main track, Luffy knows the route to go to avoid like crossing too far distances or like too far of distances, so he does go. And when he gets to the castle, there's just like the numbers and millions and billions waiting for them. Luffy says, "Zoro and Sanji, not Zoro and Sanji, Zoro and Nami, you guys can fight them. Even though Zoro can take them all down with one attack, Nami, I want you to join in." Nami agrees as she does start using Thunder Tempo with her climb attack as she doesn't know how to use it. And Zoro just lets out like 100-pound phoenix on them. Now those two attacks combined, it's like I call it Thunder Phoenix, even though I guess the correct term for Thunder Phoenix is like a Thunder Bird. You know, I'm pretty sure Thunderbird doesn't have like healing capabilities. So Zoro and Nami just yell Thunderbird or 100-pound Thunderbird. The attack slams into every member of the Brokeworks and millions and billions. Some numbers are taken down with it, like Mr. 2. Mr. 1 and Miss Doublefinger are okay. But like Mr. Merry Christmas, Mr. 7, and everyone else are done for. So, yeah. When Zoro lands and Nami, he just Chuckles seeing all of them down. The only reason it took out a lot of them is because a lot of them had metal objects on them, like swords, guns, everything else. So the metal was enough to conduct the electricity through their body and knock them out. Mr. One is a little bit shocked, literally and metaphorically. Same with Mr. Littlefinger. Mr. One jumps at Zoro, not thinking he has enough energy left to fight him. Till Zoro then pulls out one sword and slices. Mr. One falls to the ground as Mr. Littlefinger saw Mr. One taken down with one slice. Mr. Littlefinger just hit in the head with just full force by Nami with a staff. Now she's down for the count too. Nami and Zoro proceed towards the castle with the Strats following behind them. Luffy just grabs a barrel of water and pours it on his body. The chopper then says, "Luffy, won't you be mobile?" Luffy then says, "Nah, I'm pretty sure this is okay for me right now." Then goes gear second, and evaporating from the water, then goes back to base. There's enough water on him to fight Crocodile fairly. Well, it's not really going to be fair, it's just for him to fight Crocodile. He jumps towards his castle as Crocodile is inside, not expecting Luffy, as he didn't really hear what happened. He heard like Thunderbird tempo. But Luffy just punches down the wall. Crocodile just jumps. And he then says, "What the hell?" And then he sees Luffy. He'll try to send tons of sand at him, so Luffy just jumps through it and decks Crocodile. Crocodile's confused about why he got hit. Luffy just kicks Crocodile through the building as King Cobra's tied up against the wall. And he's watching Luffy manhandle Crocodile. Crocodile's gonna try to send sand at Luffy until Luffy just jumps through it. He's wet, so not much he can do against that. Luffy shoots his fist back as far as he can. Then he shoots it back forward at 10 times the normal speed. As he holded it in gear second, that's the Crocodile in the chest. Crocodile just got punched in the gut, full force, and is knocked out. Now Luffy caught Crocodile off guard, so it wasn't really that big of a fight. Luffy picks up King Cobra. Well, he'll use one arm to pick up King Cobra and take him out of the shackles, I guess. As Luffy grabs Crocodile by the head and slams him on the ground repeatedly until he's just kind of done for fully. The Marines that were knocked out, plus Hana, Django, and Full Body run towards the castle as they see Luffy walking out of the castle with Crocodile by the neck and King Cobra thanking Luffy. Everyone's kind of confused as Luffy has no battle damage on him whatsoever. He's just covered in water. While Crocodile's out cold and wet. Now they kind of assume, since Luffy doesn't really have any battle damage on him, they assume he's stronger than a warlord, or at least an average one. So they gave Luffy a pretty high bounty off of that after they retrieve Crocodile and leave. And Hanan told them to leave. They can't fight. They'd be beaten by a warlord easily, even Boa Hancock. I'm pretty sure she'd be considered the weakest of the warlords. So that's kind of saying something. But I guess since he beat a warlord, they can't really they can't do anything against him, even if they lost at 3 of his weakest. Now they leave as they called in to say what Luffy did. Now that's only his 40 million berry bounty. I'm pretty sure I gave him 40 million berry bounty, but Crocodile like 80 million something, like 86 million. So I'd give Luffy within the realm of at least 170 million. But he doesn't know that yet. He assumes he's going to get 100 million berry bounty after that. So Strats actually leave. As they're leaving Alabasta, they say thank you, King Cobra, and Luffy told Robin to find the poneglyph. As he does tell her where it is and where they're going to be. So she knows where they're going to be. She can just walk through the city. But as they're walking towards Sunny without Robin, Sanji and Vivi are going to say, is Crocodile beating that fast? He says, he's not really a challenge to me. I can take down almost every warlord by myself. The only warlord that would be a problem for him would probably be Mihawk. Jinbei's kind of too nice to fight. But Mihawk's the only warlord that would give him trouble. Mihawk's the only one that's Yonko level. So once the Strats hear this, Nami's not really surprised, but everyone else is. He chuckles as he walks through the city and goes to Sunny, the Mary with everyone else. Vivi does thank them, and she actually considers joining the crew. But King Cobra will not allow it as Robin finished reading the poneglyph and she came out with the Strats. They left Alabasta that fast. They were there for at least 4 hours the whole day. Luffy knows the quickest routes through Alabasta. I'd say, no, to navigate a country is pretty confusing. So, at least 10 hours the whole day. 10 hours. The whole day, max. 10. And Luffy didn't have to fight Crocodile multiple times, plus he wasn't injured. There's not really going to be a big challenge for him. Even if you did fight Crocodile multiple times, the first fight is Crocodile's knockout, so. And, like, the bomb, Luffy essentially used Conquerors to like, disarm it, as he does know Conquerors can disarm things. And he has control over all 3 types of Haki, but he's intentionally not mastering them, or at least going to advancement. Luffy, he has Black Haki, he can go to Invisible. He's not training himself to do it, even though he knows he can. He'll stick to doing it once his whole crew knows Armament Haki. And Nami does know how to train for it, I guess. So, Nami's in the middle of her own personal training for that. So Usopp, like, if she's training and intentionally almost getting armament, but Zoro's the only one closest to it. When Zoro starts to leave, the next arc would be Jaya / Skypiea. So, like, I combine those in like one arc. It's kind of what it is. But yeah, monkey breath. Alright, tries to leave Alabasta and they head towards Jaya. Luffy knows to head towards Jaya. He doesn't find the map of Skypiea, he just knows where it is. He doesn't make it seem like he doesn't know. Nami also knows where to go. So, threats. They end up encountering Masira, which is like the salvage king, I guess. Like, he's the monkey that wears green mainly. Or the one that doesn't use sound. But they're the one they encountered, like, near the giant sea turtle and the giant shadows in the sky. Luffy and Nami are terrified. They know what these are. Well, the rest of the kind of just, like, in shock. Until Masira sees, like, this. She sees that Luffy's not after any salvage. His ship is in good repair. Usopp is a proper shipwright, so he's an average shipwright, so if anything's damaged on the ship, he fixes it normally. Not like anything metal or wooden around. So, when they see the shadows, Masira's like confused as Luffy's crew not running away. So Luffy just closes his arm gear second and shoots it forward at max speed. It punches through the shadow as the clouds near it disperse and the shadow's gone. Luffy just says, "That's what I thought, it's a shadow." His arm comes back as they sail forward. Masira just sails behind them very closely. He's too scared to leave Luffy's side at this point. They get to Jaya, and I had to find a proper picture real quick. Alright, yeah, I had to find this picture. So, as far as get to Jaya, Luffy kind of knows when they came, they didn't really look all like pirates. They came looking like civilians plus their ship. So, Luffy actually told the crew, look a little more vicious or piratey, as he doesn't want to be embarrassed on Jaya. Like, he has the adult mentality, even though he's 17. So he knows he knows the proper attire to wear to Jaya. And as he's there, he kind of knows Bellamy's gonna be there, and he has a special room for Bellamy on his ship. So, foreshadowing, not really, just like telling you, yeah, it doesn't matter. All right, but starts getting the film Z outfits. I don't really have a picture that can only like show the basic starts we have now. Plus, again, about the mail, so it doesn't really matter. But we're gonna proceed. The starts wearing the film Z outfits as they walk onto the docks. Blackbeard sees Luffy's crew, as he does know this crew looks a little serious like pirates, but kind of funny at the same time. Luffy's crew goes in the bar. Since they are going to Jaya early, they witness Bellamy throwing the guy out the window. But as Luffy sees it, he catches the guy. The crew's thanking him, as I'm pretty sure the impact would have killed him. But Bellamy didn't hear a crash, so he looked at the window to see Luffy carrying the guy. Luffy carries him to a chopper. As chopper just starts shooting him on the street. So Bellamy jumps down, saying, "Are you trying to steal my kill?" He says, "No, we're trying to treat the guy you beat for no reason." Bellamy says, "He's cheating." He says, "I was using my Haki to read the fight, read the game. He wasn't cheating. You just suck at it. So that's frankly how it is." Bellamy tried to punch Luffy for saying that, until Luffy grabs his arm and squeezes. He broke Bellamy's arm in that one instant. Bellamy falls back as he screams in pain. Luffy's strength is not a joke. Like, it is stronger than like time skip Luffy. I guess Luffy can handle like pre-time skip and time skip Luffy at once. Like, if they came at him at once, he's beating them both easily and mercilessly. But this Luffy just look at Bellamy's crew as they run at Luffy. So Chopper stands up saying, Chopper buffs up, saying, "I already have patience as is." So he just slaps them all away, and he doesn't hit them hard enough to be injured, but he just slaps them hard enough to be like, "Alright, do not fight the giant reindeer, or the giant Tanuki." Well, one of them says, "Angry Tanuki." Chopper walks up to that one person and kicks them out cold. So he walks back as Masira caught up to the shots finally, with his brother Shoujo in tow. Again around. But Masada is showing Shoujo how strong the crew is, as he showed them the giant, and he's like pointing to the giant reindeer, saying, "See, that's the giant reindeer that was fighting." And Shoujo had been listening to like Masada tell like stories of the Straw Hats. He didn't believe there's a giant reindeer, a small reindeer in the crew. So he pointed out the giant reindeer. And the captain that was stretching as Luffy just like kind of wrapped up the whole crew with his arm. So Shoujo can kind of believe Luffy now. Not Luffy. Shoujo can kind of believe Masada as they dock towards they continue sailing towards Cricket's house and they dock there. But Luffy walks inside as the bartender just says, "Oh wow, you beat Bellamy Pirate so easy." He says, "Yeah, the crew's just guys full of jokes." Bellamy can be considered a little serious, I guess. Because Luffy's holding Bellamy by the hair, like he's dragging him inside like a dog. Bellamy says, "You're only a joke." He tries to use his springs to kick Luffy in the back until Luffy coaches back in armament hockey, so it doesn't really hurt him. But it does hurt Bellamy a lot. Bellamy's legs broke on impact. He doesn't have hockey to defend himself. Now, Bellamy screams in pain as his legs are broken in every direction. Like they're not okay at all, one bit. So Luffy kind of just laughs, saying, "Really, you thought that would work on me?" Bellamy just scoffs, saying, "What the hell are you anyway? Your dough fruit rolls around me stretching, not hard." Even says, "Oh, there's a technique that rolls around me being hard." That sounds really wrong, I know. But Luffy just says, "Alright, Bellamy, I have a proposition for you." Bellamy questions this, saying, "What is it?" Luffy says, "Abandon the pirate crew you belong to. Bellamy Pirates and the Don Quixote family. Or Don Quixote family. Quixote, I don't care how it's pronounced." But Bellamy kind of confused on why Luffy knows this. He then says, "You know he doesn't like you. You know he'd probably kill you with no remorse for no reason. So to avoid that, join my crew." We hold his hand out, and Bellamy can kind of feel Luffy strong. Bellamy then says, "How do you know like Luffy doesn't like me?" He says, "One, you're from a rich kingdom. The only reason you left it is because you didn't like how it was so easy there. Well, everyone else in Doflamingo family struggled in life, except you." Bellamy knew this was true. So he actually held his hand out and grabbed Luffy, saying, "Fine. Just don't be weak." Luffy laughed, saying, "Me, weak? In your dreams." Now, Bellamy, he can't really, I guess, do anything else except use that one hand. So Chopper treats him alongside the guy Bellamy stabbed in the hand and threw out a window. So Chopper treats them both pretty easily, the stab wound and the broken bones. So yeah, but Bellamy comes back in with Chopper carrying him on his back. And Chopper's little body is actually pretty strong, so we gotta carry Bellamy even in his normal form. But Chopper's in his basic reindeer form, which is just on all fours. And that's when one of the guys comes in, finds Luffy's body poster next to him, saying, "You don't look all that tough, you little shrimp." That person is Jesus Burgess, one of Blackbeard's crewmates. And Blackbeard is kind of aware of who Luffy is. Ace joined the Blackbeard Pirates, not the Blackbeard, he joined the Whitebeard Pirates first. So he didn't have the Spade Pirates, he only joined the Whitebeard Pirates. And Whitebeard would be kind of confused. I'm sorry, I'm saying this up. You're kind of confused on why someone just joins his crew or asked to join it openly. And a lot of the Whitebeard's crew didn't think Ace was worthy, as he just stepped on board and started asking to join. Until Ace beat down a good majority of them, and what Whitebeard already saw was observation hockey. And for someone that didn't even have a crew or have a bounty, this was pretty impressive. Looks like Ace already had a double fruit as well, so. And that's when Whitebeard asked, "Who taught you hockey?" And to their shock, Ace said, "My little brother." And they heard little. They know he means younger than Ace. So they knew Luffy was trying to joke, as Ace kind of showed them Luffy's first bounty poster. So, yeah. And Blackbeard does know who Luffy is. So, kind of not really a shock to them. So, when Blackbeard sees Jesus trying to bully Luffy, he's a little too late, as Luffy punches Jesus straight out of the bar, through the bar. And Jesus is on the ground, knocked out, as Blackbeard then says, "All of you don't engage Luffy. He's not a joke." And while his crew's looking at Blackbeard like he's a monster, and they're why shouldn't he engage him? He kind of beat up our own crewmate. Blackbeard then says, "He's really the one person, he trained Fire Fist Ace. He's not to be trifled with. And if his crew is with him, That's another reason not to be messed with. When they heard he trained Fire Fist Ace, they're gonna assume he's stronger than Fire Fist Ace, so they're not gonna try to fight him. Luffy at this point is going to tell Ace where Blackbeard is. He does know Ace can probably beat him, but doesn't know not smart, so he's a little too scared to bring Ace into this. But the Strats, nonetheless, will continue drinking and everything until they head towards Cricket's house. They head towards Cricket's house, and Luffy's kind of riding on choppers with Bellamy. The other Strats just kind of like walk and run. But when they get to Cricket's house, Cricket says, "Oh, he must be Luffy. Masita and Chojo were kind of waiting for you to warn my your crew to arrive." He says, "Yeah, I'm Luffy." And Cricket then says, "If you're here for gold, back off, it's mine." He says, "No, I'm not here for gold. I'm kind of just here for the bird." He points in the woods, and Cricket already instantly knows what they're talking about, and he knows they're like, and says, "You know how to get Skypia already." He just laughs, saying, "Yeah, it's pretty easy. There's legends about it." Cricket then says, "I guess so." Luffy touches his arm in, using an observation as well, and finds the bird. He tries to get away, give it a second, and he grabs it. He pulls it back in, and then pulls it on a normal place and says, "Alright, you have the bird. Now what else?" Then he says, "Oh yeah, Sanji, would you mind helping this guy search for gold underwater? Using your observation, it shouldn't take too long. There's not that much." Sanji just says, "Okay, why not?" Jumps underwater, and he swims around. After about 10 minutes, he comes back up. I'd say the Strats have a pretty good breath hold, considering they're all monsters in their own right. Even Usopp and Nami. So they come up. So Sanji comes up after about 10 minutes, as they didn't see him come up a few times, but he does find some air pockets underwater. And he comes up with a giant bag of gold and puts it on the ground. Sanji then says, "You're right, Lee, this isn't that much. When in reality, it's almost a million. It's almost $1 billion in gold." He gets kind of shocked, saying, "How do you find all that easily and that fast?" So it's taken me months to find 5 pieces. He says, reasons. Cricket didn't hear Luffy tell Sanji about observation, or tell Sanji to use observation, so he doesn't know about that. Luffy then says, "Oh yeah, that thing on your head. Does it make you a descendant of Nolan the Liar?" And when Cricket hears it, saying, "Oh, you know the book, huh?" Luffy says, "Yeah, I know it. Oh, I like it. It's pretty good read. And I believe Nolan." Cricket then says, "Yeah, I hoped you would. But where do you think happened to the island?" Luffy then says, "In about an hour, a giant water spout would appear. So my guess is that." And Cricket then says, "Not about an hour, actually, about a few days, I'd say." But Cricket would hear Luffy say this, and he'd agree, saying, "Yeah, that water spout probably took the island into the sky." Luffy then says, "I'll make something that they can trigger it early." He jumps on a small sailboat as he goes there. Now, he has something planned. He'll use like a strong burst of Conqueror's Haki, like just a burst of Conqueror's Haki that would compare to bullet. Luffy lets it out. It's disrupting the area, like the surrounding area is being disrupted, until Luffy then lets out a giant yell, and a stronger burst comes out. Now the water spout is being triggered. That's Luffy then said, "Well, it's not triggered right now, but it's gonna come in a few minutes, I guess." End up coming back to the island, saying, "All right, it's coming soon. We all need to go out there and wait for it." But they're trying to actually get like the bottom of the ship prepared for it, so it doesn't get like damaged a little bit. But they head up there, and I think they have enough money already to get into the island, and they actually have gold ready. So Cricket actually is allowing them, as Luffy says, if there's people up there, I'd say there's been a few people trying to get in. They must have tax or something. And if there's people, I kind of want to buy a house in Skypia. Cricket allows them to take a few bits of gold, so they end up being shot in the sky. That's about like 15-30 minutes. And when they get there at the gate, the woman asks them to pay, and to her shock, they have enough money, like the exact amount of money they need for each person. So they go into Skypia, as Robin, Bartolomeo, and Gin are kind of shocked. They haven't really seen anything this nice. Luffy and Nami already know what this is, and when they find Konis and her dad, Luffy actually just says, "You guys can stay here. I'm gonna go find the other guy." Well, what was his name again? Enel? Nami says, I think so. Luffy says, it might have been Eneru. Who knows? I'm pretty sure Eneru and Enel are like both names, but I like Eneru. But Luffy doesn't says. But we can all dress back in our normal clothing, by the way. For any fun picture. Alright, the Strats, they're ready to go fight Eneru as they war. So they spent like an hour or two with Comus and her dad. And they go towards where Eneru is. Eneru had heard them like wanting to fight him, so he tries to send lightning down on them until Luffy then jumps over his crew and then expands. Lightning hits him and doesn't do anything. Luffy goes back to normal, saying, "Alright, that was alright." But he then says, "All of you run at max speed." They'll do, as Luffy has to carry Nami if she's not as fast as them, and Usopp has to be carried by someone else. Like, the slowest person would probably be Nami and Usopp, so. And Chopper has a reindeer. He can run pretty fast. But when they get to the Earth, they actually encounter them, like the normal people that are trying to get in, like Wiper and his other crewmates, or not crewmates, but his other friends. They see Sasuke inside, being chased by Ender, like they see the lightning bolts coming down after them. Then Luffy then just stretches his arm around them, and lightning hits him. They think Luffy might die by this, but he doesn't die. He's okay. And says, "Alright, that was a little different." And he looks at Wiper, saying, "Are you guys coming in or not? We're here to help you fight Eneru." No. What Wiper then says, "Well, you're here to help us, and you know who Eneru is. You guys must be outsiders, something. Your clothing's strange. You have no wings. How do you? I have so many questions." Luffy then says, "Doesn't matter. We're here to help you fight him. If you see the gold, you can have it." And Wiper thinks this is good in their book, so they continue through the forest. The giant snake, Luffy punches it out like one giant punches enough to send it flying, and it will surrender after that one punch from Luffy. They continue farther into the forest until they encounter like the priests and everyone else of Eneru. Luffy then says, "Gin, I haven't seen you fight in a while. Gin, go beat him up." While Wiper's guys are going to go with Gin, as Bartolomeo then says, "Wait, I'm also new recruit. I want to fight too." Luffy then says, Robin, go with Bartolomeo and Gin." So she will, and they easily wipe them out. So they head towards Eneru, and Eneru's the last one standing, as he sent all his warriors against them. Then it gets to Luffy and everyone else versus Enel. Or Eneru, I don't really care. Luffy then says, "Be careful, this guy's completely made of lightning." Then Luffy then says, "I have another idea." He stretches his arm out, holds his arm out as it turns black. He comes towards Eneru, and before Eneru can even use his observation hockey, already a fist in his gut, and Wiper, already seeing that Enel kind of like as paralyzed from shock and almost being knocked out, he slams his weapon down on Eneru's head, knocking him out cold. Luffy then says, "There we go." Luffy pulls his fist back as Wiper then says, "Thanks. But still, answer my question. How do you know Eneru's here?" Luffy then says, "Talk of your people." And Eneru's about to wake up again until Luffy then says, he'll slip away, saying, You can do the finishing blow. He's too dazed to even make sure he faces through objects or people." Wiper will listen as he stabs his spear into Eneru's chest, killing him. He pulls his spear out, saying, "Thank you." And that's when the old god of Sky Island would come down and say, And Eneru was beaten by newcomers and warriors. Impressive. Luffy just sees the crew getting ready to fight, except for Nami and Wiper's guys, until Luffy just tells his crew, "Calm down, they're not really a big threat." He's not a big threat to this giant flying bird, horse thing. Luffy then says, "I assume you're the old god?" I forgot his name, but I'm just gonna call him Old God. Old God would say, "Yes, I am." But since Eneru's beaten, Wiper might have to become the new god. Wiper then says, "I didn't do this to become god. I did this to defend our island, or make sure our island's okay." So, God, I insist, you become god again. Old God listens as Luffy's crew kind of did their thing. Skype wouldn't be that long. Like, every adventure Luffy has to be very short. It's not be that long. Luffy's just kind of OP as ever. So Strats end up leaving Sky Island after about 2 days because they had to search for the golden bell. Luffy rang it, and Cricket saw Luffy shadow in the sky, but his fist was against a golden bell. Now, Masita and Shoujo, plus Cricket, kind of excited for Luffy. And Luffy actually threw the bird down towards them, as the bird was kind of screaming as it fell down. The bird was able to be saved by like Masita and Shoujo. But the rest leave up 2 days, and they do not use like the entrance they came out of, as they know no one else can come up here. Bellamy's still in the ship, but he's still injured, so he didn't really do too much. He was just with Conus and her dad. But we're going to conclude that. This part's concluded. Probably I need to record Dragon Ball by now. But guys, in this part, like, subscribe, comment if you didn't like it, comment if you did. Bye now.